Get Warrior Tough, Mental Training 101 with Andrew WIttman on 105.5 The Roar. Back to Andrew WIttman.
All right, welcome back to Get Warrior Tough. I'm Leadership and Mental Toughness Coach Andrew WIttman, joined by Chris Adele and my smoking hot wife, Kimberly Dawn WIttman. All right, so we were talking before the break about emails and text, and now the 7%, that's just the words that you use. When you do written communication, and a lot of times we use text as a time saver or email as a time saver, only 7% of the message could get through. Now, when I text and I email, now with you, babe, I'll go faster because we have 27 years of and even when I think that there's a tone, I don't take it as a tone from you. I always realize that I'm bringing that tone because you are, sweet and awesome all the time. So I never know that I don't take a tone with you when, I don't hear it. I always give you the benefit of the doubt because you always give me the benefit of the doubt. But that's after 27 years. If you don't have that kind of intimate relationship when you're texting, I mean, how long do you take when you text? I mean, you text your sisters and your friends all the time.
Right.
I mean, how do you do it? I mean, you tell me, are you very careful with that? Do you look at it and say, hey, this could be a tone, they could read a tone, or are you just sending it out and let's deal with the fallout later?
Well, I'm always careful when I read it because I'm reading it. They weren't in front of me, so I didn't hear a tone out of their voice, and I didn't see any body or facial expression. So I always put it on me, and I'm careful to not twist anything or be offended. And if I have a question, then I ask.
Now, when you have a question, do you just pick up the phone? Now, this thing that was going back and forth about the birthday party at the beach or whatever, did you guys actually get on the phone after that, or was that just a text back and forth? Was there a problem?
No, I think it was just text. And once I said that, then
it was good to go.
Yes, and we've discussed it since in person. And
so there was a follow up in person to make sure that there wasn't. See, this is good advice for you, Chris, you and your girlfriend, man. If you're texting or whatever, but so. Tell me about that. So, did that fix any misunderstanding?
Oh yes, absolutely.
So, and how did that go? If you don't mind, I mean, you're on there, so we're just throw it out there. How did that conversation go? Was it like, I mean, when you're
well, it was good. I mean, there wasn't really that much conversation about it. I just said, no, we need to do this. This is going to be awesome, and then it was all good, and we went on to talking about the plans and what we're going to do and how we were going to do it. So it wasn't, but I just made it clear that I didn't have a problem with it, that it was a good thing, and that, yes, I wanted to do it.
So it really wasn't, in the end, a time saver to text? Because this kind of thing all kind of blew up, and then you had to go face-to-face. So I always try to remember, when I read a text, now here's the thing. Like if I use the word, hey, if I said this in a text, we all need to watch our nutrition, or I said in a text, we all need to watch our diet. Which one sounds better?
Nutrition.
Right, because we're going to put good things in our body, and diet means I'm saying what?
You're fat.
Yeah, but I'm not saying it. But that's what you. But they're both the same word, and because I do people's food plans all the time. I don't. For me, diet and nutrition is the same thing. What my diet is my nutrition.
Right.
So, and when I have. When I set somebody up on a plan, and the way I set it up, that we always have a treat day, not a cheat day.
Correct.
Why do I do that? Why do I call it treat?
Cheating is negative.
Right, and there's guilt that comes with it, and I want you to enjoy this as a reward.
Right.
Now, that's subtle but huge. Now, when we're texting and we're emailing, we really need to think about what tone is this going to be received in. Not just, bang it out there. And I've been now you've been really great at helping me, and I tell people this all over, that I'm a better communicator now. I drove to the center where my personality is that I can relate to other people and communicate to other people. Because you said one time, I remember this, I was just a young sergeant, and we were just married, and in the infantry, and I came home and I was talking to you in not the right manner, and you said, I ain't one of your Marines, you ain't talking to me like that. I got a skillet, and you have to go to sleep sometime.
Correct.
Yeah. So, that helped me, right, communicate better and take the edge off. So I really think of that now because of the time that you and I have spent together. But now, has it had a reverse effect where you have more of an edge now?
Maybe. What kind of facial expression are the boys making now?
They're saying yes and nodding their heads. And Jack just has his head in his hand. He's just saying, I don't know.
Well, I am little, so I do have to have kind of a big bite.
Yeah, you're 5'3", $105 soaking wet. All right. Well, man, this is good stuff. I really thanks for calling in. I'll see you in a little while.
I love you.
I love you too, baby. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
All right. So that's good advice there for you, Chris, is to, when you're texting, especially in Facebook messaging, really, and tweeting, oh, my gosh, right, with the Twitter, because it's down to 140.
Yeah, no, that's very true. I feel like a lot of the miscommunication and conflicts in relationships is an assumption of a tone that may or may not be what they were actually trying to convey.
Now, and as a sales rep, you may hear a tone, even in the tone of voice, because you might have just caught them at a bad time, and then you internalize that and think that the customer's not interested in what you're what you're putting forth, and then it kind of spirals out of control because then you're not confident anymore.
Yeah, in the sales role, you really need to have a thick skin and not take anything personally, because if you do take it personally, you're going to feel like you're the worst person in the world.
Right, so that's why I CEO of you, right? I'm not going to give that power over to anybody. I don't internalize it.
Yeah, I used to call for Furman and call alumni to make donations, and a lot of them are nasty. They're like, I paid $200,000 to go to Furman, like, I told you not to call, and if you don't have a thick skin, you could take that personally and be like, wow, like, I messed up. And then you're not going to be good at your next call, but you could just be like, wow, that guy's got a problem. Next call. Good,
right. Right. So you really can't internalize or assume that the tone, and you might have just caught them at a bad time. Have you, and I always ask myself this, have I ever talked like that to somebody? Have they caught me at a bad time?
Right.
And there are times when sales reps call me on my phone, and I'll be like in the middle of, and I'll answer the call because I don't recognize the number. Has that ever happened to you? And then I'll be like, and then I'm like, this is really not a good time. I always try to make sure, always try, but I do really take pains to not be, rah, 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 rah. And I used to just be like, I'm in the middle of something, get out of where, but now I've been on the other end of that, and I know it didn't feel good. And so I'm going to be like, guys, this isn't really a good time. Can you call me back next Monday? Or I'm really not interested in that, but you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Right? So, man, the hour is gone.
I know.
What happened, dude?
Do another one.
Right? We should. I love this stuff. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. It's been a good time.
Yeah, no, it's been a ton of fun. And thank you for my darling wife calling in. And thank you for Keith emailing his best advice in. You guys go to the website, getwarriortough.com. Go to the Start Now box, put in your email and your name, and get subscribed and plug in anywhere you can. Go to the Facebook page, go to the YouTube channel. Find a handle and hook in. I enjoy life, and I want your life to be better. And my goal is that if it's better because you've been up against me. So and that we've spent time together. So thanks, Chris. We'll. You know what? I'm not going to be here next week. I'm going to the beach, so we're going to replay a show next week.
Okay.
So I'll be with the family doing family time. We'll be at Camp Lejeune for our family yearly beach week out at Onslow Beach. So I won't be here, but you guys tune in, and I'll see you guys on Twitter or on Facebook or on LinkedIn.